What if I told you that some of the most beautiful, lush, thriving indoor plants in the world don't need a single grain of soil to survive? Not a pot, not compost, not fertilizer, just water. Pure, simple, ordinary water. And your plants will grow stronger, cleaner, and more vibrant than anything sitting in a bag of dirt ever could. Most people spend a fortune every year on potting mix, repotting supplies, and dealing with pests that live in soil. But right now, there are people around the world growing gorgeous indoor gardens using nothing but a glass of water and a windowsill. And once you see what's possible, you will never look at a vase the same way again. Stick around because number 14 on this list is something your grandmother was probably doing in her kitchen long before hydroponics became a trend. And number 20 is so ridiculously simple that you can start it today using something you probably already have sitting in your recycling bin. If you love discovering smarter, greener ways to live, hit that subscribe button right now and join the Green Secrets Wealth community. We share plant wisdom that nurseries and garden centers honestly don't want you knowing, because a plant that grows forever in water is a plant you'll never need to replace. And today, I'm going to show you 20 indoor plants that thrive in only water that will change the way you think about indoor gardening forever. These aren't just novelties or experiments. These are real, proven plants that people across the USA, UK, Canada, France, Germany, Australia, and Japan are growing right now in their homes, with zero soil, zero mess, and zero stress. Whether you live in a tiny apartment with no outdoor space, or you're just tired of the endless cycle of overwatering and underwatering, this list is for you. Let's get into it. Number 1. Pothos. The indestructible water dweller. Here's something most plant shops will never tell you. Pothos, one of the world's most popular houseplants, actually prefers water over soil in many conditions. Scientists studying plant resilience have noted that pothos roots adapt remarkably to aquatic environments, developing thicker, more efficient water roots within weeks of the switch. For centuries, tropical communities across Southeast Asia observed pothos vines thriving along riverbanks and stream edges, their roots trailing freely through slow-moving water. This isn't a modern gardening trick. It's the plant returning to its natural roots. Quite literally, here's why it works. Pothos is what botanists call a facultative hydrophyte, a plant that can survive both in soil and in water. When submerged, its root cells shift their nutrient absorption strategy, pulling dissolved minerals directly from the water around them. The key is that those roots stay moist and oxygenated, which moving or changed water provides naturally. Step 1. Cut a healthy pothos stem just below a leaf node. That little brown bump is where the roots will emerge. Step 2. Place the cutting in a clean glass or vase filled with room temperature water, making sure at least one node is submerged. Step 3. Set it in bright, indirect light and change the water every 7 to 10 days. Step 4. Within 2 to 4 weeks, you'll see white roots threading through the water. Result: a permanently water-based pothos plant that can live for years in nothing but water. Think of it as the houseplant that decided soil was optional and never looked back. Number 2. Lucky bamboo. Fortune grows in water. Lucky bamboo has been growing in water for over 4,000 years. And it's not actually bamboo at all. It's Dracaena sanderiana, a plant so well suited to water that it became the centerpiece of ancient feng shui traditions, believed to carry prosperity and positive energy into any home it inhabits. Traditional Chinese culture has used lucky bamboo in water-filled vessels as symbols of good fortune since the Han Dynasty. To this day, it remains one of the most gifted plants across Asia and beyond, specifically because it thrives without soil. Here's what makes this special. Lucky bamboo evolved in the rainforest understory of Central Africa, where roots regularly sit in shallow, standing water. The plant draws nutrients through specialized root hairs designed to function in low-oxygen aquatic conditions. It doesn't fight the water. It was built for it. Step 1. Place lucky bamboo stalks in a tall, decorative vase or glass container. Step 2. Add enough water to cover the roots, about 2 to 3 inches, but keep the stalks mostly above the waterline. Step 3. Use filtered or distilled water if possible, as this plant is sensitive to fluoride in tap water. Step 4. Change the water every 2 weeks and add a single drop of liquid houseplant fertilizer once a month. Result: elegant, architectural water greenery that feng shui masters say brings wealth and luck. It's like having a living sculpture that doubles as a good luck charm. Number 3. Spider plant. The air-cleaning water baby spider plants are famous for purifying the air in your home. NASA actually included them in their landmark 1989 clean air study. But what almost nobody talks about is how effortlessly they root and grow in plain water. These little plantlets, the baby spiders that dangle from the mother plant, will grow roots in water so fast it almost feels like magic. For generations, gardeners passed spider plant cuttings through communities as easy, low-cost gifts. Before garden centers existed on every street corner, sharing a spider plant baby in a jar of water was how green thumbs were born in households around the world. Here's why it works. Spider plant plantlets develop were called preformed root initials. Tiny bumps already primed and ready to become roots the moment they touch water. They don't need to develop the rooting structure from scratch. They just activate what's already there. Step 1. Identify a healthy plantlet hanging from your spider plant. Look for one that has tiny nubs or roots already forming at its base. Step 2. Snip it from the runner and place it in a small glass of water with just the base submerged. Step 3. Keep it in moderate, indirect light and change the water weekly. Step 4. Within 1 to 2 weeks, roots will be clearly visible and the plant can live in water indefinitely or be potted up. Result: a thriving, air-cleaning mini plant in a glass of water. Think of it as the plant that practically raises itself. Number 4. Philodendron. The jungle giant that loves of vase philodendrons are dramatic, lush, and incredibly satisfying to grow. And they are one of the easiest plants on earth to transition into water. Cuttings dropped into a vase of water will root within days, not weeks, producing roots so vigorous you can actually watch them lengthening if you check daily. Botanical research from South American universities studying philodendron ecology has consistently shown that these plants evolve in environments where seasonal flooding regularly submerges their root systems for weeks at a time. They develop water tolerance as a survival mechanism. And that mechanism still works perfectly today, right in your living room. Here's why it works. Philodendrons produce adventitious roots that can sprout from stems and nodes, not just the base of the plant. When a stem cutting is placed in water, these adventitious roots activate quickly, forming a dense, functional root network designed to absorb nutrients from liquid environments. Step 1. Take a stem cutting with at least 2 nodes and remove any leaves that would sit below the waterline. Step 2. Place in a glass or clear vase of room temperature water, keeping 1 to 2 nodes submerged. Step 3. Position in bright, indirect light and refresh the water every 7 to 10 days. Step 4. Add a tiny pinch of water-soluble fertilizer monthly to replace nutrients the soil wouldn't normally provide. Result: a tropical, statement-making plant growing magnificently in nothing but water. It's like having a piece of the Amazon rainforest sitting on your bookshelf. Number 5. Sweet potato vine. The kitchen garden classic sweet potato vine is one of the most startlingly beautiful plants you can grow in water, and the fact that it starts from a potato you can buy at any grocery store makes it feel almost too good to be true. Suspend half a sweet potato in a glass of water using toothpicks, and within 2 weeks, you'll have cascading vines of heart-shaped leaves tumbling down toward the floor. Your great-grandparents almost certainly did this. Sweet potato water propagation was a staple of Depression-era households in America, a way to grow lush, beautiful greenery for free when money was tight. The knowledge got passed down through generations until modern garden marketing convinced people they needed to buy their plants instead. Here's why it works. Sweet potatoes are technically the swollen storage roots of the Epipremnum batatas plant, and they contain enormous reserves of energy and nutrients. The sprouts, called slips, emerge from dormant buds on the potato surface, fueled entirely by the potato's own stored starch, while roots extend into the water to absorb moisture. Step 1. Choose a firm, healthy sweet potato from the grocery store. Step 2. Push 3 or 4 toothpicks into its midsection so they hold it suspended, half submerged, in a wide glass or jar of water. Step 3. Place in a warm, sunny windowsill and top up the water as needed. Step 4. Within 10 to 14 days, green shoots will emerge from the top and white roots will thread into the water below. Result: a cascading, ornamental vine that started from a potato. Think of it as a $2 grocery store purchase that turns into a year of living art. Number 6. Coleus. The color explosion in a glass coleus is one of the most vivid, visually stunning plants available, and it propagates in water with almost embarrassing ease. A single stem cutting from a coleus plant, placed in water on a bright windowsill, will root within a week and continue growing as a permanent water plant, showing off its neon greens, deep purples, and fiery reds indefinitely. The Victorian-era gardeners were obsessed with coleus, and they routinely propagated it in water to share cuttings at garden parties and community exchanges. It was considered the mark of a generous and skilled gardener to always have a jar of rooting coleus on the windowsill, ready to give away. Here's what makes this special. Coleus stem tissues are particularly rich in totipotent cells, cells that can transform into any other cell type the plant needs, including root cells. The moment a coleus stem enters water, these cells begin differentiating into root tissue with remarkable speed, responding to the humid aquatic environment like a switch being flipped. Step 1. Cut a healthy coleus stem about 4 to 6 inches long, just below a node. Step 2. Strip the lower leaves so no foliage sits in the water. Step 3. Place in a bright glass of fresh water and position in a well-lit spot away from direct afternoon sun. Step 4. Roots appear within 5 to 10 days. Change the water weekly to keep it fresh and oxygen-rich. Result: a perpetually vibrant, colorful plant in water that never needs a single bag of soil. It's like having a living stained glass window growing in a jar. Number 7. Begonia. The elegant water propagator begonias seem like fussy, delicate plants, but their water propagation ability is absolutely astonishing. A single leaf, placed stem down in a glass of water, can root and begin developing a whole new plant within 3 to 4 weeks. And a stem cutting will root even faster, becoming a permanently established water plant with stunning waxy flowers. Begonias have been cultivated for over 3 centuries, and their easy propagation in water was a key reason they spread so rapidly around the world. Plant collectors in the 18th and 19th centuries carried begonia cuttings in damp cloths and water-filled vials on long sea voyages, knowing the plant could survive weeks in minimal water conditions. Here's why it works. Begonia stems have nodes that are exceptionally rich in auxin, the plant hormone most directly responsible for triggering root growth. Water acts as the perfect medium for distributing this hormone across the submerged portion of the stem, encouraging rapid and widespread root development. Step 1. Take a healthy stem cutting from your begonia, about 3 to 5 inches long. Step 2. Remove leaves from the lower half and place in a small jar of clean water. Step 3. Keep in warm, bright, indirect light. Step 4. Change the water every week, and within 2 to 4 weeks, you'll have a vigorous root system. Result: a flowering, gorgeous begonia living permanently in water. Think of it as botanical elegance with zero gardening experience required. Number 8. Impatiens. The flowering water wonder impatiens are beloved for their prolific, cheerful flowers. And what most gardeners don't realize is that these flowering beauties will root in water in as little as a week and continue blooming indefinitely when kept in a water-based environment. No soil, no repotin, just color and joy in a glass. Traditional East African communities, where impatiens walleriana originates, observe these plants growing in perpetual bloom along the shaded, moist banks of rivers, their roots trailing in water, their flowers never stopping. Indigenous knowledge of this water tolerance was well documented by early botanical explorers in the 19th century. Here's what makes this special. Impatient stem cells adjacent to the nodes have an exceptionally high rate of what scientists call rhizogenesis, the biological process of root formation. In water, the absence of soil compaction means those new roots can expand freely in all directions, often producing a more robust root system than soil-grown plants. Step 1. Cut a healthy impatient stem just below a node, around 3 to 4 inches long. Step 2. Remove lower leaves and place in a clean glass of room temperature water. Step 3. Place on a bright windowsill out of harsh direct sun. Step 4. Refresh the water weekly. Within 7 to 10 days, roots will be clearly established. Result: a continuously flowering, cheerful plant in a glass of water. It's like having a perpetual bouquet that grows instead of wilts. Number 9. Tradescantia. The purple cascade Tradescantia, also known as spiderwort or wandering dude, is arguably one of the easiest plants on this entire list to grow in water. Its vivid purple and green striped stems root so aggressively that cuttings placed in water will show visible roots within 3 to 5 days. Not weeks, days. Tradescantia has a long history of being passed between neighbors and family members as cuttings in glasses of water. In many communities across Latin America and the American South, it's still tradition to give new homeowners a cutting of Tradescantia in a jar, a housewarming gift that practically plants itself. Here's why it works. Tradescantia stems are rich in vascular tissue close to their surface, and their nodes are densely packed with meristematic cells, the growth cells responsible for producing roots. The moment a node contacts water, root formation begins almost immediately, making this one of the fastest rooting plants in the world. Step 1. Snip a 3 to 5 inch stem cutting, making sure at least one node is included. Step 2. Strip any leaves from the bottom inch or 2 and place in a glass of clean water. Step 3. Set it anywhere with reasonable light. Tradescantia is tolerant of lower light levels. Step 4. Roots will appear within days. Change the water once a week, and the plant can grow in water indefinitely. Result: a cascading, purple-streaked, living waterfall in a glass vase. Think of it as the plant's so eager to root, it practically begs you for a glass of water. Number 10. African violet. The waterleaf marvel African violets are one of the most beloved flowering houseplants in the world, and one of the most remarkable for water propagation because you don't even need a stem. A single leaf, placed petiole down in water, will eventually develop plantlets at its base. This is propagation that feels like pure magic, watching a new plant emerge from nothing but a leaf. African violets have been the centerpiece of indoor plant hobbyist communities since their introduction to Western households in the early 20th century. Violet societies in the UK, US, Germany, and beyond have shared leaf cuttings through the post, and it shows for over a century. Always in the simplest way possible. A leaf in a small tube of water. Here's what makes this special. African violet leaf petioles contain dormant axillary buds, miniature, preformed growth points that remain inactive in the soil but are triggered by water and light to begin developing into full plantlets. The water provides the stimulus and medium for this hidden developmental potential to express itself. Step 1. Select a healthy, mature leaf from your African violet and snap it free with its petiole, the stem connecting the leaf to the plant. Step 2. Place the cut end of the petiole in a small glass of water, with the leaf suspended above. Step 3. Cover the glass loosely with plastic film with a small hole to reduce evaporation while allowing air circulation. Step 4. In 4 to 8 weeks, tiny plantlets will appear at the base of the petiole. Result: a new African violet plant generated from a single leaf, grown in water. It's like having a single sentence turn into an entire book. One leaf becomes a whole new plant. 1845 now, before we get to the second half of this incredible list. If you found yourself nodding along and thinking, why didn't I know about this sooner? Hit that like button right now. Hit like if you're tired of dealing with messy soil, annoying gnats, and plants that die from overwatering. At Green Secrets Wealth, we believe in working smarter with nature, not harder against it. We're building a community of people who choose simplicity, sustainability, and plant wisdom over expensive, complicated gardening. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a single secret we share. Now, let's keep going, because the next 10 plants are even more extraordinary.